Hi, Rosie.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful. Hello. Here you go. Wow. I love you. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG tournament vlog. We're here at Manta Trading for a league challenge, and today's deck of choice is going to be Roaring Moon EX because I simply couldn't prepare my Darkization deck in time with the appropriate cards. But I had Roaring Moon ready from the other tournament vlog you guys saw where we did the challenge in hell because it was so hot. Today is really nice. The temperature outside it's like a nice perfect summer day. Inside is good too. And it's going to be a fun 6-round tournament for this vlog. Today's beverage of choice is some McDonald's iced coffee. For sneakers, we got the Air Jordan 3 free throw lines. And for the comment question of the day for you guys, I want to ask, what deck are you currently playing the most this summer so far? Tournament's going to start in a couple of minutes, so I'm going to get inside, get ready, and yeah, hopefully we can donk some people. We're playing the evil poison package, of course, and I haven't yet donked somebody in real life at a challenge or a cup with this deck yet. I've done it at like a locals tournament before against Guardy, and that felt really good, but I want to get it. I want to donk somebody when it really matters. You feel me? Round number 1 just wrapped up. We played against the homie Vincent on Miraidon EX, aka Joltik Box these days. We will fill you guys in on the recap in just a second, but we have a quick player interview with a homie who just won round number 1. We got Anthony. Tell me, what deck are you playing today and why you chose it?
I'm playing Disgusting Gardevoir because it's the only deck I have right now, and it's the only deck I want to play because there's no other decks that are appeasing to me right now. Playing Gardevoir, beat Joltik Box.
How many monkeys you got in your deck?
I have 3 monkeys.
Oh, you menace to
3
society.
monkeys. At least it's not 4 monkeys, okay?
Yeah, it could be
It's
worse.
Not 4, yeah, it could
so
be
wait,
worse.
why is Gardevoir disgusting? You called it Disgusting Gardevoir. That was the title.
Because Gardevoir can essentially win any matchup, even the bad ones, if things go well. Some decks have bad matchups and they just immediately lose, or Gardevoir, even though it's a bad matchup, can still win.
It always has a chance no matter what. There's no other decks in the format that are necessarily like that, other than like maybe Dragapult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before Guardy, what other decks were you playing before you went to this Disgusting Gardevoir deck?
Before that, I was actually just playing Tank Terrapagos.
Okay.
And then because it loses to pretty much everything in the meta, I just got off of it immediately. Top 3, my favorite is Gengar. So I mean, I heard there's another Gengar card coming out. So if that comes competitive, I'm dropping everything and going to Gengar.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Gengar gang.
Second would probably be Blaziken.
Okay.
My third will probably be Marshtomp.
Marshtomp.
Yeah.
That's the middle form of.
Oh no, the
Marshtomp.
Swampert.
Swampert's the third one, stage 2.
Yeah,
oh, Swampert.
Yeah, Swampert, yeah.
Swampert, dope,
Yeah.
dope. Quick round 1 recap. We hit the homie Vincent on Joltik Box. He's been playing Joltik Box for quite some time now, and this was like your rematch because I played him like last time, I think at the Cup, where he kind of cooked me a little bit. So this one meant something. He won the coin toss. He chose to go second, which was great for me, of course, because we have that donk potential with the poison package. And he started Pheasantipede EX. So we were able to get 1 little damage counter of poison on the board to start the game. And it was an awkward start. Usually Squawkabilly, not a card you want to play against any deck involving Iron Hands EX, but my hand was really bad, and I knew that I would just have to rip the band-aid off, so to speak. I had 2 Sadas in hand, Capsule, and some other good stuff too. I had Nest Ball, 2 Ultra Balls, I think, as well. So he gave me a mulligan. I was able to really thin down my hand, but I had to squawk away my 2 Sadas, which was painful. I started setting up my board, and we got very fortunate with the prize routes we were able to take. So we kicked things off by turn 1, knocking out their Joltik, or his Joltik, with my Roaring Moon baby. On his receiving turn, or his next turn, he was able to go Photon Blaster onto my Pecharunt EX for 2 prizes there. Then on my turn, I had this sick combo play lined up where I would basically lock him and trap him in the active with that Miraidon that can't attack again because it has to leave the active. We would drop in our Pecharunt, then drop in our other Pecharunt EX. We would move forward our baby Pecharunt, attach for turn onto Pecharunt, and then use Energy Switch to move another energy onto Pecharunt. So we were able to surprise him with a surprise baby Pecharunt, and then poison retreat lock him. So he takes 10 damage, and then in each Pokemon checkup, he takes 8 damage for 8 damage counters for poison. So after a couple of turns, we were able to knock out his Miraidon EX in between turns, which felt amazing, denying his Pheasantipede draw, but also denying him his ability to attack with his Tapu Koko for paralysis. Then the next thing that came up was We also had our Roaring Moon, our little baby Roaring Moon. I think these were the 2 prizes I took earlier, but we used our Roaring Moon technology plus Poison Petrunt package, or the Poison package with our Brute Bonnet, and we attacked his Mew EX for knockout and knocked him out in between turns with Poison as well. Those were the first 2 prizes we took on Mew EX. The second 2 prizes were on his Miraidon, and at the end of the game, I was able to Iono his good cards out of his hand, and he promoted his Blood Moon Ursuluna, and all I needed to do was checkmate with the Frenzy Gouging Roaring Moon play. So that's what we did. We took it. Game 1 locked. We're now 1 win, 0 losses in the 6-round league challenge. Starting off a challenge on a win feels pretty good. Let's see how round 2 goes. Round 2 is about to go down, and we hit the homie Anthony.
We literally just talked.
So you already leaked your deck. I know you're playing Guardy. I'll let you know I'm playing Roaring Moon EX. Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
we're equal. All right, good luck, bro. Good luck. Good luck. Round 2 just wrapped up. We played against the homie Anthony, some friendly fire. I interview him, and then I hit him in the tournament. Maybe I might hit my next opponent, depending on how he's doing today. We got the homie Little Dark Fury. Matt, how you doing today? What deck did you choose? What's up?
What's up? So playing something kind of a bit of a throwback to when to last year. I'm playing a Charizard Dragapult Pidgeot.
Ooh, okay,
I was playing a bit of Pulsar because I do like Dragapult Charizard, and I was trying out Pulsar. I didn't really like it that much. Like, it's okay, but like I guess like the deck's like figured out now, and I find that the deck kind of loses to like board states where your opponent goes like Iono and you have to find a boss. So I decided, what if we just play Dragapult Charizard and we just added a Pidgeot in the deck? Well, it's more of a Charizard Pidgeot deck. There's a 2-2-1 line of Dragapult, but Dragapult still carries its weight, obviously. It's more of a Charizard deck. I think Charizard's just really good right now. We got the Max Belt in there as the ace spec.
Spicy.
Max Belt is insane. Like, basically, if your opponent either doesn't know you have it, you just like basically win a game on the spot, or if your opponent, if they know you have it, they have to play very differently. But when you have a Dragapult and a Monkey Dory and a Pidgeot in play, it's like really tough for them to like maneuver that type of board. So you make these like really good boards with this deck. I was worried about playing this deck again, whether or not it's actually good into Grimmsnarl or Dragapult or Gardevoir. But in testing, the deck felt fine. I think Pult Dusknoir is probably like the worst matchup in the room.
Yeah.
But like I think I can beat the straight Pult deck, and I think I'm fine into Grimmsnarl, and then Gardevoir is like pretty decent too for my deck.
What have your matchups been so far today?
Yeah, so I did hit Grimmsnarl round 1.
Okay.
I won the game because I was trying to set up a Charizard, but they kept chasing my Charmanders. But I was just sitting there with Phantom Dive, and every time, like, because I have Quick Search, I can just always grab Boss's Order. So I took out the Frostlass really quickly, I killed a Monkey, and then I put him in a weird spot where I went down to 2 prizes, and I had no way to go Charizard, but I went Phantom Dive, 6 on the Grimmsnarl, and they monkeyed it off, and then I went Monkey Max Belt Phantom Dive for 250 damage, which is pretty sick. So the Max Belt is like really good with even Dragapult. Even like in turbo matchups, you can use it to like knock out a Raging Bolt or something.
That Max Belt, did you grab it through Arvin or through Quick Search, or did you just have it like that? Like,
I just Arvin for it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I Quick Search for Arvin.
yeah. What was the look on the face when you played Max Belt? Were
He's
they
like, oh, I didn't
surprised?
know. He's like, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
It wasn't, no pun intended. It was looking kind of grim for my opponent. His board was really weak. He was down a lot of resources. It was looking fine for me, anyways. But it just allowed me to win a turn earlier. And then last round was on stream.
Yeah.
I hit a Ho-Oh Armor Rouge deck.
Oh,
which-
spicy.
Very spicy, but actually kind of scary. I don't play Shaman.
Yeah.
So it's actually really easy for them to go 2-2-2 because they can go like Wellspring, Durant, or like Wellspring, Hand, Durant.
Yeah.
But they kind of drew a little clunky. That's like the downside about that Ho-Oh deck. Their deck is a little inconsistent. So they didn't really get to pop off like they wanted to, and it allowed me to set up a Pidgeot really quickly. And then I just made my board like double Charizard. And I made like a minor misplay where I like didn't preemptively bench Fez or play a Super Rod, and I should have, because he could have went Iono Legacy Energy Durant and I might have lost the game.
Yeah.
But he just didn't have it like that, thankfully, to kind of close it out. I did some practicing with it like leading up to the tournament. The decks felt good. I have a Shiyu in there also.
Yeah.
So I want to beat Goldengo and Raging Bolt. Those matchups are a little shaky.
Yeah.
Without a Shiyu, so if you have a Shiyu, the matchups become a little bit more easier to beat.
That's become like the new MVP for a lot of Zard decks. Just
Yeah.
that one prizer that can take 2. It's super
so
clutch.
good, yeah. And the more I use the Shiyu too, I'm like just attacking with it. Even when you aren't against a grass type, it's like kind of cool just to use the Shiyu as a 1 prizer. You can push in the active. Oh no, I like the deck. I like playing Pidgeot. I mean, literally, I think the last interview we did, I was playing the Pidgeot.
Yeah, with Goldengo, yeah.
So yeah, any
Put
deck,
that Pidgeot in everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. Anytime I get to play a Pidgeot, bro, I'm down. Yeah, Pidgeot's just too good, man. Especially in this meta, if you can set it up in a meta where everyone's putting like Bear, Monkey, Dories on the board, having access to like finding stuff like Boss for free is just so pivotal right now. So I think any deck that can utilize a Pidgeot, I think is just really, really good, and there's a lot of potential there. It's just scary when you're against Grimmsnarl, But like ideally, you just get your Dragapult out, you Phantom Dive, KO the Frostlass, KO the Monkey in one turn, and you try to stabilize, and then you play around Evo that way.
How are you typically getting your Pidgeot out? Is it through Evo TMs or through rare candies? How does that go?
It's a bit of a hybrid. I have 2 TM Evos and then 3 candies and a Cleffa. The Cleffa candy engine is too good not to play. The TM Evos are good because if you're playing in like a slower matchup like Guardy or Dragapult or Grim, usually you can sit there and just TM Evo twice to put a Pidgeot into play. I only play 1 Pidgeotto though. If I prize it, not ideal.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of bad because I'm against Grimmsnarl. I usually try not to rare candy my Pidgeot out because I don't want to like get devoed and lose. The Pidgeot's not hard to get out. It's like the most important card to get into play. So you always want to get like a Pidgey down turn 1. Maybe you get 2 down if you're that worried about your opponent having like a boss or something.
I challenge you right now. We should do a 3 out of 5 or like a first to 7, best of 7. We're gonna put together 3 different decks and we'll have like a showdown on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live.
I'm down.
And then we'll see what we do. I'll probably come up with the Miraidon deck. I'm sure you'll have your Goldengo.
Yeah.
But that's the only guaranteed deck we'll know about each other. We'll keep the other 2 surprised, okay?
I'm down.
All right.
I'm down.
Dope. Sick. Round number 2, we hit the homie Anthony on Gardevoir. I knew the sauce. I knew he was playing the deck ahead of time. So as I showed you guys in the video, I told him I'm playing Roaring Moon, and he was scared. He was scared, and he has the right to be because it's you know, when you're getting hit for weakness, it's pretty scary at times. This matchup, I kind of honestly I steamrolled my homie. It felt bad. He won the coin toss, chose second, which is great and all. I got to go first, set up my stuff. He was able to start off with a Pheasantipity, so he avoided the turn 1 donk, which was already like step 1 survival. I got lucky. I had double Carmine in my hand, so we played Carmine. We also were able to set up a Roaring Moon, capsules, all that good stuff. On his turn, he got that turn 1 Arvin with the Buddy Poffin TM Evo. He sets down 2 Ralts, he TM Evos, and it's like, oh crap. He only was able to evolve into 1 Kirlia, not 2. And so he knew in my hand, I played Secret Box the turn before. He knew he was in danger. I had the boss's orders in hand, but I was whiffing the energy for turn, so I couldn't just gun down his 1 Kirlia with a simple attach boss and swing. By the end of it, we were still able to take down that 1 Kirlia, and then eventually take down his Ralts, and then all those monkeys did nothing, and it was just a hard watch. It's always tough when you're playing Gardevoir EX and your Gardevoir doesn't get set up. Gardevoir is one of those decks that can win any matchup, but you still have to get that Gardevoir on the board. That's the biggest step. That's the biggest sort of like hurdle that the deck has to deal with. That's how it goes with all the stage 2 decks too. If you're a turbo deck like Roaring Moon and you're fast and aggressive and you're able to punish slower starts, such as those where your opponent only sets up 1 or 2 of their little baby Pokemon, then you can steal those games away, and that's exactly what we did with Roaring Moon. So Roaring Moon feels really good. We also had that advantage of being able to attack with 1 prize Dark Pokemon. We don't have to commit to the Roaring Moon until the very late game, which feels really nice. And of course, the poisons are pretty useful at times, but honestly, when you're playing against a deck with Monkey Dories in them, the poison isn't super helpful unless you're trying to knock them out on that particular turn with Pokemon Checkup. And that's easily one of the best things the deck has going for it, being able to turn off that +3 draw for Fez. Because just think about all those times and opportunities where you can steal a game away because you're depending on that Fez, or your opponent steals that game away because they have Fez. They just don't have Fez anymore, which feels really good. So it's also a really good target to stall with Petron. If you poison that Fez, they are stuck with it. They're not going to manually attach 3 turns in a row to their Fez. That doesn't make sense. They have to play around that. So I love Petron. I love this deck. This deck feels really good. Clear sailing. We are now 2 wins, 0 losses. And I was a little scared after the match was done because the table beside me, there was a player playing the Toad Scroll deck. And I'd want to say that's like an auto win for them. So an auto lose for me. Round 3 is going to start soon. Let's see how things go down. All right, round 3 is about to start. We managed to hit the stream room. I'm excited. If the game goes well, we'll probably do a commentary. If I get destroyed, this match never happened, but there's going to be video evidence somewhere. All right, let's see how this goes. You want to be on the camera?
Yo, let me get in that vlog.
Yo, what's up? What's
up?
What's your name?
Is this YouTube?
Yes, it's YouTube.
My name's Anthony. And I'm like hella new to this game, so
okay. Well, good luck.
We'll see how it goes.
Good luck, good luck. Round number 3 just wrapped up. We played against Anthony, and he was playing Dragapult EX today. This game was so close. I am so looking forward to pulling the VOD from Manta's Twitch and commentating over it because it was a very, very, very close game. For this matchup, this was the 3rd game in a row where my opponent started Pheasantipity EX. I've not been able to get a donk off yet, and I keep seeing these Pheasantipities. So I was able to go first because I lost the coin toss, and my opponent chose to go. Actually, no, I won the coin toss for once, chose first this time. So I had the option to play Squawk, but I also was able to play Pokegear turn 1 and grab the Carmine out of the cards, which was nice. So I decided, you know what, I don't know what deck I'm up against. All I see is a Fez. It's usually safe to not put the Squawk down if I'm going to Carmine anyways. Usually you want to play the Squawk if you want to go for that very aggressive donk, but because they have Fez, it's like, okay, why bother putting down that 2 prize liability and also potentially clogging up my bench space. And yeah, 160 health is very easy to take down for an easy free 2 prizes. And for this matchup, you know what, since it was so close and so fun, I'm not going to ruin all the cool plays that kind of went down. I'm going to commentate over the full gameplay, so make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can watch the full gameplay of that close match. But we did end up losing, and it came down to me really needing a way to knock out his 260 health Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Super fun close game though, not gonna lie. Painful losing on stream. I keep losing on stream. I have the stream curse, you could say, here at Manta, but at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun and it was a very close game. It really could have gone either way. So I'll have the full commentary on the channel probably this weekend. I'm going to 2 concerts. We're going to Russ, Big Sean, Sabrina Cladeo, potentially tomorrow. That might happen, but I already have tickets for Porter Robinson. I'm gonna see Porter Robinson on Sunday, the day before my birthday, kind of like a little birthday treat to myself. 2 wins, 1 loss. We can't get first anymore, but we can still claw our way to the top 8 and get some prizing as well. Round 4 is gonna start soon. I'm gonna check out the competition. 10 p.m. right now, getting pretty dark. And round number 4. That was round 4. Round 4 we played against Jack Wong. I thought he was playing Gardevoir, but he was playing Grimmsnarl today. And I won the coin toss, got to choose first, and this is another game where my opponent starts either Monkey Dory or Fez. This game, he started Monkey Dory, so I wasn't able to get the turn 1 donk, although I was able to get 8 damage counters on it turn 1. And then it was just a weird bricky game on his side. He wasn't playing like supporter turn after turn after turn. He played Tatsuguri at one point and the Tatsuguris were still whiffing. I was able to take I think 4 prize cards in total with my Pecharunt. My Pecharunt was MVP for that poison, and then it was also just limiting them not being able to play Fez, which was really good too, to help them set up. We would also attack with Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon would attack for some solid numbers, and also with Poison 2, which is really good as well. And then by the end game, I was just in a really good setup spot where I had boss for game if he benched anything else at all, and he was just passing or attacking with Grimmsnarl. At one point of the game, we had maybe 600 damage worth of damage counters on my side of the field, but all my Pokemon are basic, so nothing is going to get hit with a Devolution or anything like that. We were able to just close out the game with a boss's orders on one of the monkeys he set up on the last turn, and just waiting for knockout that way. I did have a plan B, just in case we were not going to go the boss's orders route. We were able to have Roaring Moon, E-Switches, and ways to draw into Sada by the end of the game, so we could Frenzy Gouge by the end of it. But looks like the next round is about to start, so we are now 3 wins and 1 loss. Let's see if we can get that top 8 prizing. Round number 6 is about to begin. I'll do the round 5 recap right after. But we have an important matchup happening right now. I'm excited. The last time we sat at this table, I played this opponent as well, and we had fun with Miraidon with Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. We got Angelo. What's up, bro? Good luck. Round number 4 we played against Jack Wong on Grimmsnarl. Round number 5 we played against Alan on Grimmsnarl, and if all things goes, if Angelo's on the deck I think he's on, he's probably on Grimmsnarl too, so that'd be 3 in a row. Back home now, but it's time to recap round number 5 and round number 6. So round number 5 was against Alan Zhu. Alan is easily one of the better, or one of the best top players here locally, I'd have to say. Whenever I see him at tournaments, he's usually in the top 8 cut, or top 8 in general. I often see him winning a lot of events as well, and I always expect a pretty close game whenever I play against him, and that it was. So he was on Grimmsnarl today, and I was almost able to get a nice donk going with my my deck against him, but I couldn't just quite get there. He had 2 Pokemon out instead of 1, and because whatchamacallit, the little Impidimp is is actually a dark type Pokemon, were unable to hit that 80 damage with poison with the help of the Pearly-Wish Jungle. Pearly-Wish Jungle? The jungle that does extra damage. It's very rare it comes up, but the Pearly-Wish Jungle makes damage from poison do 2 more additional damage to non-dark Pokemon. So when I see my opponents flip over a Fez or just another dark Pokemon, I'm like, darn, I'm not going to be able to achieve those extra 2 damage counters. So this was a super close game. I was able to actually get quite a few knockouts with my Petrunt poison damage, and that was really satisfying. It was a long, drawn out game where I was using Petrunt to consistently attack and poison and stuff like that, and he was doing a lot of spread attacks with the Grimmsnarl and setting up big board damage on my side of the field with the help of Monkey Dory. Frostlass was only able to get a little, like 1 tick of damage onto the board, and unfortunately I had to use my energy switches early, so I wasn't able to pull off what I would typically do against a big stage 2 Pokemon, and that is the endgame Sada attach energy switch frenzy gouging. We weren't able to do that in this game. I had to try and go for this big play with essentially Petrunt EX because our Roaring Moons were already in the discard, and that was our only out. So our out to win the game was to use Sada to put 2 energies onto the board, or 1 energies onto the board, onto my ancient Pokemon, and then use Energy Switch, and then attack with Petrunt for the guaranteed knockout on his Grimmsnarl EX. The problem was, when I used Sada, I decided to take both of the Dark Energies from my discard, and I only had 2, and I put them onto my ancient Pokemon, and that meant that the plan I had in my head, like I mapped it out, I was going to use Night Stretcher to grab a Dark Energy and then attach it that way, so I couldn't attach for turn from hand with my Night Stretcher for the Dark Energy because there was no Dark Energy in the discard. So I got cooked there. Really close game against Alan. I would love to do a 2 out of 3 of that matchup. Grimmsnarl versus Roaring Moon EX is a really close 50-50, I have to say. I really enjoy the matchup. Hoping I can get a rematch against him soon. That was how round number 5 went. So our record is 3 wins and 2 losses going into the final round. So round number 6 recap. We hit the homie Angelo, as you guys saw, and always a fun time playing against Angelo, subscriber of the channel, and I see him at so many tournaments. I think I see him at like 80% of the tournaments I attend to, so it's one of those nice familiar friends, one of those homies you see all the time. This game he was playing Charizard Pidgeot EX. This was a funny game. So I won the coin toss, and he was finally my first donk victim of the day. He was able to get 2 basic Pokemon, which was huge, so he didn't lose on the spot with me going first, but I was able to get a early prize lead by knocking out his Pidgey turn 1 with poison, and then on the next turn I was able to take down the Charmander with poison, and basically all throughout the match I was taking poison knockouts left and right, and he wasn't able to set up a Charizard or anything. He was able to get a Pidgeotto on the board, but I was able to poison that as well and knock that out. So the entire game came down to me being a menace with that Petrunt, and he was only able to take 1 prize the entire game. I think it was just on my 1 Petrunt when he attacked it with Charizard, and I had to pull off this really cool play, which I'm excited to share with you how it went down. I even had Little Dark Fury was right beside us, so I told him, yo, watch this, I'm about to cook. And I forget the exact amount of health points Angelo had on his Charizard EX, but the situation here was I needed to get his health down just low enough to KO him with my Calamity Storm attack, because he put a Mist Energy on his Charizard on his last turn, so Frenzy Gouging was no longer an option, and it was also out of boss's orders for my deck as well. We had to Ultra Ball it away my first turn. We Ultra Balled away Iono and Boss in my opening hand, which was painful, but before I played the Carmine, I was able to have Palpad in my hand, so it was like that never even happened to begin with, which was pretty great. So this is where my deck was like in full force. This was like such a sick combo to pull off. So I believe his Charizard was at 260 health remaining on my my big final kind of turn. And what I was able to do was I attached a Dark Energy to my Monkey Dory. I threw 3 damage counters from my little Petrunt back at his Charizard, and that would put him at 230 health remaining. And then I was able to use Brute Bonnet to then use the effect or whatever, the Toxic Powder, to make us both poison. And then I went Sada, I think E-Switch, and then bring in my Roaring Moon, and then we Calamity Stormed for 220 damage, putting him at 10 health remaining. And then in Pokemon Checkup, because he was poisoned, he got knocked out, and that was that. So very, very satisfying to pull off that combo. That's how round number 6 went. So our final record was 4 wins and 2 losses. I'll show you guys the exact standings in just a second, but for now, real quick, here's the 60 card list we played for this tournament. I'll be doing a in-depth detailed deck profile and gameplay of this deck as well on the channel very soon, so be on the lookout for that.
The moment of truth. We got 13th place today with a record of 4-2.
So this was my first ever Pokemon card tournament. I was sponsored by a sleeve company. We are now sponsored on the channel by Endgame TCG. I've been using this brand Endgame for almost a year now, so it means a lot to me that they're now sponsoring me as a player and as a content creator, and you guys can now use code SNEAKERTALK to save some money on their website. Also, a bunch of local stores in Toronto sell them, and the roster of players that Endgame has under their belt is insane. There's so many top players. The co-founders of these sleeves actually are from Toronto as well, and I see them at Pokemon card tournaments all the time. In fact, right before this tournament, I signed my contract with Endgame, and then the founder picked me up and drove us together to the tournament, and he also dropped me off too. So it's really nice to have, you know, really high quality sleeves that are like a local brand. This is honestly like a dream sponsorship for me because I've been using their product non-stop. I've been like even posting them and giving them free promo all throughout the year. You guys can use code SNEAKERTALK on their site to save some money on the best sleeves on the market. Good luck with your tournaments, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Hello, Rosie. Hello, beautiful. Oh, the welcoming committee. We love a welcoming committee. No, come back. We love a welcoming committee.